Have you had a chance to exercise your passion lately? A few videos ago, I talked about passion and compassion. Today, I want to dive into why I'm passionate about what I do. I also want to talk about failure and not being afraid to do so. In this world of high stakes accountability and fidelity and assurance that we're doing the right thing, we often have to talk about failure and whether or not it's an option. And I'm here to tell you that it is. This is Monday Morning Mashup, Monday, March 18th, 2019. All right, first of all, passionate. Why am I passionate about what I do? I think there are a lot of reasons. There are things in my life that have made me who I am. I believe we are a product of our experiences. And the research that I've been diving into for my dissertation really talks about that. It speaks of why we make the decisions and judgments we do every day. And we're really finding out we make those decisions and judgments because of our experiences in our life. It's true. Well, the reason I make the decisions that I do, the reason that I'm passionate about what I do, is because of my past experience. I grew up alongside kids that struggle. You know, I struggled a bit, but more importantly, I learned to look at kids from a different lens. I learned to look at kids with empathy and with the idea that I must try to feel what they feel to understand and make the decisions that are best for them. And I remember growing up, my father, I think many of you know this and I've talked about it before, was a minister, but he got into working with kids in group homes and kids with very high needs. And we would often, we as kids, would often go to work with him. And we would get an opportunity to see what these kids go through every day. And for me, it was a really eye-opening opportunity and a really eye-opening chance for me to see what kids go through that don't live the same life that I do. And in doing so, I got to see the kids with the most intense needs. The kids that at 14, 15 years old were having night terrors and day terrors and waking terrors. The kids that, honestly, without that kind of intervention, the stuff that my father would provide, they probably wouldn't be here today. And it's really a testament to who he was and who he is. These kids still recognize him 40 years later, 35 years later, as being highly influential on who they are and who they became. And they're successful today. And it's all because of the individualized attention and experiences that they gained through my father. I had that role model. That's why I'm passionate. That's why I'm passionate about what I do. It's my past experiences that have made me who I am. And with those past experiences came a lot of failure, and it still does. And I'm here to tell you not to be afraid to fail. What I want to tell you is it's really easy to think that we don't need to try. It's not worth trying outside of the box because, you know what we know is try and true, and it works really well. But in actuality, if we're not willing to step outside the box, if we're not willing to take a risk, sometimes we're not going to be successful. And I'm here to tell you that you have that freedom. If you have an idea, if you have something that you'd like to try, I want to empower you with some of those decisions. Come talk to me. I'd love to figure out a way of opening doors for you and your students. Because I think the greatest ideas come from those of you that are right on the front lines of teaching. It's really important that I give you that opportunity to exercise that choice. So please, don't be afraid to fail. I've learned over the last few years that it's really important not to be afraid to do so. The most important thing you have to also understand is that I'm going to fail at certain things, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying to give kids what they need. I'm going to keep trying to give you what you need. But please take a risk. Come talk to me. If you think it's a fantastic idea, if you think it's something that's worthwhile trying in your classroom, in the building, in the hallways, I'm willing to listen, and I'm willing to try to open doors for you. But don't be afraid to fail. Those past experiences and failure really shape us as an organization. It helps us move forward. Now, as far as the rest of this week is concerned, we do have our Makeup Leadership Team meeting this afternoon. Please be there, leaders, if you possibly can. If you cannot be there, make sure that you have a representative in the place for you. But again, we're making that up from last week's game. And I feel so bad. The boys lost on Friday night. We aren't going to have any school off this weekend. No assembly on Wednesday. We were hopeful, but hey, they tried real hard. Go Panthers. Nice work, gentlemen. We do have spring pictures coming up this week, so make sure you check all communication coming from the office regarding our picture days. I think that's it for what I have for the calendar this week. Please be looking for anything I may have missed today. Be checking your emails constantly. I do want to make sure that you are getting those communications, so those emails are really, really important. At all times, be going through that, making sure that you hear all the communication. And if you need help with Gmail or anything else like that technologically, would you please seek out Lisa Urban's help or myself? We're happy to give you any sort of help you need in order for you to get the communication that you need. That's all I have for today. Remember, we're a family here at CLBE. Thank you so much for being part of it. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.